I would say there's a number of spiritual lessons from the Reformation we need today. One is we need to exercise the courage of our convictions. I think it's easy for us to diminish the importance of taking a stand for truth. Truth matters. And I see us now in these years as evangelicals here in Europe, indeed around the world, we're in a crucible. And persecution is coming in a new form. But we need to be willing to stand for our convictions. And one that's not very popular is, it's commonly said by Catholics, well, the Reformation is over. There's no need for the Reformation. And some people have said, the Pope has said this. He's made statements that edge onto saying the Reformation is over. Well, that strikes me as like the British Prime Minister, Theresa May. It would be like her flying to the capital of my country, Washington, D.C., standing in front of the Capitol and saying, you know, that American Revolution you people fought 250 years ago, that wasn't really necessary. We're all human beings, and let's just shake on it and forget it. Let's all just be one country again. Well, first of all, she's not the person who could declare that, because we're the people who declared our independence. The thing that's more important on the Catholic issue is the same issues are here today. The Pope has not stood up and said, I renounce the indulgences that I issued in 2015. He has not stood up and said, you know what? We have really given a wrong message. I realize now that we're justified by faith alone, through grace, through Christ. I realize now that the church has usurped the authority of the Bible. You know what? We need to get back to the Bible being our sole authority. He hasn't said that. He hasn't said that. And until he does, the Reformation is not over. Now, we're not anti-Catholic. We're not anti-Orthodox Church. We're simply pro-Jesus. We're pro-Bible. We're simply asking, let this book settle the debate. That's all we're asking. Just let us have this book, and let us have the debate settled by this book. And frankly, this book speaks very clearly about these issues. There's a lot of issues that we can disagree with. I mean, my wife and I disagree on a lot of theological issues. But the central issues of the Reformation, justification by faith, there are millions of evangelicals around the world that have a very clear understanding. For all of our other warts and foibles and faults, we have a clear understanding. By faith alone, through grace, Christ alone, Scripture alone, sola scriptura. So the Reformation is not over. Those are some spiritual lessons I think we can learn. But as well, I think keep focused on Christ. If we keep focused on Him, it will make a difference. You know, Martin Luther didn't set out to change the political landscape of Europe. He was simply obeying Jesus. John Calvin didn't set out to make all these massive political changes. He was simply preaching the Word. These men were focused on Christ. The one thing that people said about them, and we can look back, and of course, they have many faults, like the rest of us. But one thing you can say, they were focused on Jesus. And that's where we need to be as well.